You said this cemetery would be loads of fun, and now it's obvious you were talking bollocks.
Well, I'm not getting it. Have Livy here get it.
Who? Oh, right. What about it? We'd really be ever so grateful.
This is no ordinary book. It's the Normanomicon. It can summon the dead.
Well, that makes it sound so insidious. We don't want to do anything diabolical with the dead. We just want someone to have a chat with.
I can't believe you. Why couldn't you have thought of the book before we left? Ah, genius. Problem solved.
Now, the thing is, the book is in Millfields.
We think you're doing such a great job. Here, have this. You are being...
Hey!
Oh, what fun.
Hooray!
That's rather good. Ma'am?
That's a blade, all right.
Things have never been worse here.
You're doing a good job.
My queen, you are awe-inspired.
That blade's complete.
My awe is truly inspired. Woohoo!
Oh, that's a good one.
No way.
A nice sharp one. You know how to use a hammer. Oh, that's a good one. That blade's complete. That's a fine blade.
Oh, we've got all sorts we have.
Keep hitting it like that. Don't you know how to use a hammer?
This shop is owned by an adventurer, you know. That means it's extra special.
Wait till I tell Mum about this.
I always have more to spend on new stock when people buy a lot.
That kid's going places.
Greetings, madam.
Hooray!
It's for you, Your Majesty.
Here? What are you doing to my... Oh no, the book! Watch out for... Oh, nicely done. Mind the roses, they were just watered. Oh, you really clobbered that fellow. Oh, thought he had you. You're quite good at this. That one didn't give you much trouble. Well, you sorted out those hollow men with no trouble at all.
Perhaps you should keep that book. With your skills, it will be safer with you than in my grave. And it's a bit uncomfortable, frankly. Well, I suppose I'll get back in then. If you see my sons, tell them they'd better be back here by supper if they know what's good for them.
Spending all the years of your young life on a small farm in a backwater county has made you restless. Who knows what flight of fancy or idle daydream first sparked your desire for adventure? But once ignited, the flames of wanderlust could not be extinguished, not even by the water of looking at things in more realistic terms, and perhaps considering a career in excavation. Your parents tried to reason with you, but the protests of the old ring hollow in the ears of a strong-willed young farm boy or girl like you. And so now you stand at a crossroads. It's a nice one, with newly painted signs and a bench. If you want to head east towards the ominous ruin, turn to page 2. To go west towards the ancient forest, turn to page 4. To head north towards the snow-covered mountains, turn to page 156. If you want to go south, which is back home, read this page again.
What should we do?
Be bold. We'll just open to a random...
What if the page we open to is just the continuation of the previous page?
All right, if that happens, we'll flip back until we find the beginning of the section, but we'll do it boldly. Did you find the book in Mum's grave?
Which was early, and which we drove her to.
We've got it! Now, let's see what's in here. Ghost pantry. Must be where the snacks are kept. Ghost pants. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, maybe a bit too interesting, at least to start with. What else?
Ghost party. Brilliant.
Right, let's have that then.
Now then. Necrus, Risius, Corduroy.
great! This is fantastic! Thank you! I reckon this is the wildest party I've ever been to!
He seems particularly cheerful today, I think. I believe Brian still needs some help with his gnomes.
We must be one of the best kept families in Albion. So far, married life isn't quite what I was expecting. What about you?
Have you checked...
You're my favourite town is becoming more exclusive by the day.
I have
So
what you
don't
need
be
for
shocked
just
by
the
the
right
prices.
price.
I'll do my best to serve. Come back anytime.
Money slush.
It may be expensive, but it's worth every ounce of gold. You've got lots of enjoy amongst the people,
Oh,
Your Majesty. Fine item.
Are you
Enjoy.
planning on renting out
How are
some
you
more?
this fine day, happiness? I'm Bowerstone's most trustworthy salesman. Ask anyone. I've been following you since the beginning, Your
I
Majesty.
tripped over a dead body.
Madam, you're the only friend I've got, you know.
Hey! An amazing look. This is wonderful. Amazing.
Enjoy.
Lady's fixing herself up.
I hope it brings you great happiness. Enjoy. Oh, you've bought a fine item.
Last time, they took off part of his ear.
I usually restock every few weeks.
Oh no! She's
Can we
healing
talk
her
about the
wounds.
price?
A real live hero owns this place.
I hope I can help you, friend.
friend.
I hope it brings you great happiness. Everybody needs to eat.
Hello there.
Own many houses?
Greetings, madam.
I wish more people were like you.
Welcome.
We're owned by a real adventurer. So, you know our goods are good.
Business has never been better. I can hardly believe it.
Happy to be of service. That's a fine item. I hope I can make a profit on that. Come back. Always happy to buy your unwanted item. I buy stuff. So come here and I'll buy your stuff, okay?
For all your potions like this, a real
I'll
live
be able to
hero
start
owns
up
this
that
place.
Good luck with that. Pleasure
doing
business with ya.
Greetings, ma'am.
This town is
What can I do
becoming
for you?
more...
Some kind of healing magic.
Enjoy it. That's a good buy. That's a good buy. Hope you enjoy it.
Do us a favour, and I'll be your friend.
Maybe we can negotiate the price.
What can I get you? What are you looking for? Oh, you've bought a fine item.
Just do this for me and I'll be your friend, okay? I'll even say I like you and everything.
Do us a favour, and I'll be your friend.
How can I help you
At your
then?
service. Your command.
At last I boarded a motley crewed frigate one balmy night. Whether on a drunken impulse or because of the result of a drunken bet, I cannot say. Though drunkenness was most certainly to blame one way or the other. Though hardly pleased with the company I was forced to keep, or the profession I was forced to embrace, I looked forward to the chance of seeing more of the world than was bounded by Albion's borders. I must admit, however, that the plundering nature of our voyages contrived to spoil any tourism I might have otherwise enjoyed in the foreign landscapes we visited. My impression of such exotic locations is inextricably tied with images of the local population waving sharp implements in a threatening manner as our ship set sail for the horizon. When my crew and I next alighted in the port of Bowerstone with the intention of selling our wares on the black market, I grasped my chance and left this chapter of my life behind with little regrets, but quite a few cuts and bruises, and monkey bites. It was there that I met a man who changed my life for the better, and offered me a career that would give me what I longed for the most. A sense of belonging, a new family, and a lawfully gained wage. I was about to join the Royal Albion Army.
Hail to thee, beloved Majesty!
Well, well.
Hi, big shot.
Yes, ma'am.
If you ask me, and you should, I'm very knowledgeable in these matters.
My lady. At your service.
My. Hail and well.
My
Hi there,
queen.
darling. Oh, I mean, Your Majesty. Just because you're important.
At your orders. At your command. Ah, Your Majesty. Hello.
All stand to attention for the Queen of Albion. Today you decide on the decor of the castle. Two of Albion's greatest interior designers have come to present their suggestions.
You may speak.
Your Majesty, I am Herman Worthy, and I have a design in mind that will blow your little royal socks off. Imagine a celestial scheme capable of lifting the shadows that haunt these halls. A fabulous balance of serene hues that announce to the world, I am a strong, virtuous leader. Hear me roar. But also, look how pretty my home is. You are an enlightened queen. Let the heart of your castle be enlightened too.
Celestial? Serene? Pretty? Do you wish to be known as a ruler or as a fool? I am Sybil Maleficent, Your Majesty, and I can tell you that people respect what they fear. This castle should be a fortress of dread. I propose that we flood the rooms and corridors with blood, or at least a suitable paint substitute. Let all those who look upon this palace know terror, whether they be your subjects or your enemies.
It may seem trivial, but appearances can affect the opinion of the entire kingdom. The choice is yours, Your Majesty.
I wish this to be a fortress of dread.
The readers of Castle Design Weekly will be delighted with your intelligent choice.
Well, I, for one, am seriously considering cancelling my subscription. You're all witches!
Today you decide on the future of Aurora, Your Majesty. Kaelin will speak for her people. Riva will dispute her cause.
You may speak.
I am here to seek the protection you promised. It is too long since my people felt safe, or knew of life without suffering. We were honored to join your fight to claim Albion. Now it is time we joined your kingdom. Do what your brother failed to do. Help us to rebuild Aurora, and protect it as you would your own land.
There is nothing so noble as embracing other cultures, and I, for one, could not be happier to count Aurora as part of Albion. But surely they must work for that privilege, and I happen to know just how to put them to good service. There is an abandoned mine in the Auroran Desert that holds enough materials to benefit the whole kingdom. Let us employ Kaelin and her people to gather what resources there may be. That can be their payment.
You are talking about forced labor.
Well, let's not get bogged down in semantics. It's a fair transaction.
I know you will not break your oath. You understand what we have been through.
The choice is yours, Your Majesty.
I will keep my promise. Aurora will become part of Albion, and its people will be our equals in every way.
The Queen has spoken. Aurora shall be rebuilt as part of Albion, and equal to every other part of the kingdom.
Thank you, Majesty. You have proven to be a woman of honor. Aurora is proud to stand at your side.
Welcome to the new and improved Aurora, an oasis of friendship, camaraderie, and many other lovely things. Visit the city that Riva Industries rebuilt from sand, stone, and corpses. Enjoy the sunshine, the odd local customs, and the heavy soldier presence. Aurora, a light blooming in the darkness.
A most brave decision in court today, Your Majesty. Aurora might have proven to be a rather profitable resource, but I'm sure we can find other means of filling the treasury. As a matter of fact, we could already have stumbled upon such an opportunity. Aurora may not turn out to be a waste after all. It seems that a group of Albion explorers visiting Aurora have discovered a rare diamond in the desert. They heard the legend of this extraordinary gem from the locals, and understandably set out to find it, without a moment's regard for their own lives. Which may go some way to explaining why only one of the explorers returned in one piece. He came back empty-handed, speaking of the hideous desert beings protecting the treasure. Think of the glory, Your Majesty, the adventure, the romance, the large sums of money we stand to make. The diamond is located in one of the caves beneath the Auroran wasteland, reportedly the site of an ancient, abandoned temple. You need only to take it.
Ooh!
Welcome. to the
Greetings, Royal One. Mighty One, greetings.
Ladders have myriad uses, being of great value if one needs to assault a castle or clean the gutters. However, whatever the task at hand, the climber should take care to ensure the ladder is properly balanced and safely angled, and that a third party is present to spot the climber. Further, this spotter should be careful to stand on the outside of the ladder, not underneath, and should ideally move quickly out of the way in the event that the climber accidentally drops a very large joiner's mallet. In retrospect, a more apt name for this treatise would have been Dangerous Things Joiner's Mallets.
Any other business? to attend to? The sanctuary...
Beautiful than I dared to imagine. And heavy, too. Our experts estimate it's worth a small fortune. Of course, now the question becomes, what do you wish to do with this fine stone? Shall I deposit the money from the sale into the treasury? Or perhaps you would prefer the funds were channeled into, let us say, a more personal account? As you wish. Far be it from me to frown upon a little indiscretion. How many lives would it have saved anyway? Who can say? You have shown yourself to be a most talented monarch. The treasury is positively overflowing. You might even consider borrowing a little for yourself. Of course, it never hurts to earn even more. Who knows what the future will bring? With that in mind, I would like to discuss the thorny issue of child benefits, which were abolished under your brother's rule. There are vocal elements within the community who are clamoring for us to bring it back. In the interests of the Treasury, and of the long-term welfare of the people, I have a counter-proposal. It's somewhat radical, but rather brilliant, if you don't mind me saying. We charge people for every child they have. This would keep the population low, but more importantly, the Treasury Hi. Is it really fair to bring new life into such an uncertain world? And won't that gold go to help the children who have already been born? Of course, you may also choose to keep Logan's policies. The matter is entirely in your hands. Very well, Your Majesty. The breeders amongst the rabble will be ecstatic, I'm sure. Perhaps you are considering making a personal donation to the Treasury to make up for the shortfall. It is entirely your decision, as always. Shall we proceed with the rest of your appointments? Here is the royal agenda for the day. As you can see, you have 2 audiences in the throne room to begin. I've heard rumors that Reaver's latest proposals are both scandalous and delicious. It should be most entertaining.
Ah, hello.